We're glad you're with us for the 2025 NASCAR Hall of Fame induction ceremony. If you ask anyone to describe this Iron Man of NASCAR, they'll all say the same three words: tough as nails. Nothing could keep him out of that race car, and more often than not many could keep him from the front of the field. Over his lengthy career, he raced with and won against all generations of Hall of Famers, from Petty to Earnhardt to Johnson. Tonight, he joins them in the NASCAR Hall of Fame.
Ricky Rudd's NASCAR Cup Series career was defined by remarkable accomplishments, impressive longevity, and unwavering tenacity.
I'm going to go out and give 110%, no matter whose race car I'm in.
Chesapeake, Virginia native Ricky Rudd never drove late models or any cars in NASCAR's lower tier series. He went straight from go-karts to the Cup Series and never looked back.
He did it at one of the toughest racetracks that there was on the schedule back then. 500 miles, 492 laps at Rockingham, North Carolina, and finished 11th.
NASCAR's Rookie of the Year in 1977, Rudd scored 23 Cup Series wins over an impressive 32-year career. Rudd claimed his first victory at Riverside in June 1983. His inaugural win was not only for himself, but for owner Richard Childress and RCR Racing as well.
Harold Kinder waves a checkered flag. He has his hand out of the window for Ricky Rudd. It's his first victory ever.
It let us know that we could win. You know, Ricky played a huge role in helping set the tone for RCR over the years.
Rudd then proceeded to score at least one win in 16 consecutive seasons, tied for the fourth longest streak in Cup Series history.
For anybody to do 10, for anybody to do 15 or 16 is a phenomenal record. That's a Hall of Fame stat, no matter what.
One of the things that makes Ricky Rudd's 16 consecutive year streak so impressive is he did it with 6 different teams.
While Rudd's career stats are noteworthy, his all-around toughness was what he'll be remembered for most.
Ricky Rudd is the toughest SOB that I've ever been around in my entire life. I was there in 1998 at Martinsville when he basically was driving a microwave oven. Him literally boiling inside the race car. He won the race.
I was in trouble from about lap 5. My helmet wasn't working, really hot in the car, and got blisters on my back, on my butt, everywhere you can think of.
He was tough in a time when everybody was tough, and he stood out.
Tough as nails, I think that describes Ricky Rudd to an absolute T.
Nobody intimidated him. He could deal with any situation.
Ricky never let anybody rough him up. I mean, every time you put a bumper to Ricky, he put a bumper back to you.
Evidently, Rusty's brakes went out about 3 or 4 laps ago. I was able to catch him, got into him a little bit, and I guess when the race was over, his brakes really didn't work.
Ricky's a hard-nosed racer, right? I mean, he's definitely not a guy that you wanted to ever get into an off-track skirmish with. Like, he scared the heck out of me.
Ricky Rudd and Jeff Gordon into it hard.
And I remember getting in the ambulance, and thank goodness he was in the front seat and not in the back with me, because I think we would have gotten in a fight and I would have got my butt kicked.
On February 12, 1984, coming out of Turn 4 during the Busch Clash, Rudd's toughness was given the ultimate test.
Oh, trouble! Ricky Rudd slamming toward the wall. Crashing, rolling over, side over side.
That was a horrifying crash. And, you know, he was back at the racetrack the next day.
Race cars are replaceable. Fellas like these are not.
The picture that I will always have in my mind of Ricky is having his eyes taped open. He came back and ran good.
Rudd finished 7th just 1 week later at the Daytona 500 and used that remarkable run as fuel to keep pushing forward.
And then the week after that, not only go to Richmond and race, but go up there and win the race.
He had a job to do, and wasn't nothing going to stop him.
Ricky Rudd could have been a champion in the right situation. I would have hoped we could have won a championship with him if he'd stayed, but he had an opportunity to start his own team.
As a successful driver-owner, Rudd won 6 races for Rudd Performance Motorsports from 1994 to 1999, including the biggest win of his career, the 1997 Brickyard 400.
Ricky Rudd wins
wins the 4th Brickyard 400 in Indianapolis.
Known as NASCAR's Iron Man, Rudd held the Cup Series record with 788 consecutive starts before it was broken by Jeff Gordon in 2015.
Anyone who starts 788 consecutive races certainly deserves the title Ironman.
His 906 career starts ranks second in NASCAR history, only to Richard Petty.
To not miss a race for any reason for 25 consecutive years is just absolutely remarkable.
He had a natural talent, and he honed that talent, and he made that talent better, and he did it through hard work.
He just won anywhere he went. And you knew if he had equal equipment, he's going to be the guy you got to beat.
He's won so many races, one of the most respected drivers out there, one of the most feared drivers also. He's a guy that demands respect and deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.